We're back at Grizzly Gables this week and we're on to more exterior work. My brother's place, the Grizzly Gables cabin, is looking amazing and we are outside working. Last week we were able to get the old, deteriorating, dangerous decks ripped off, and Jacob did a lot of excavating and is daylighting the basement out so that the basement can actually be functional. So a lot of work happened last week. This week we're hoping to start rebuilding. So we want to get the concrete poured for the patio. We got to build a retaining wall around the patio. We got to go pour concrete in all of the sonotubes and then come up with a deck, and hopefully we get all the decks framed this week. So we've got Micah and Malachi helping us, and it's going to be a busy, busy week this week.
We're just building some concrete forms today. Concrete truck comes this afternoon, so we're hustling, trying to get everything done, because concrete day, it doesn't seem like you get everything done that you need to, but you have to. Got these backfilled, so now I'm just doing some grade work so we can get in here, and the cement truck that comes, he has no problem moving around. So we just got done pouring the patio. We got it all knocked out. It's bull floated now. We're waiting for it to set up, and we can get on here and finish troweling this thing out and make it a nice little patio. We string lined again after we got the sonotubes in here, and then we put a little PVC in here. What this little PVC is going to do, it's going to allow us to slip in our post bracket, and then they'll all be in line, so we can go ahead and go right up with uprights. These are actually going to be the landings that the stairs off the decks will land, and we poured them today, and we'll move them in place later. So today we're working on something that I've never worked on before, but I've done a lot of research online on how to install this stuff, and it's called Keystone Blanc. We need to find a way to take care of this bank and to keep the soil from being on top of the patio. So I excavated it out, you can see, and then this bottom I compacted super hard, and now I got a little bit of a lift here to get me to grade. Now our concrete slab is sloped 3 inches and 15 feet to keep the watershed away from the building. I'm going to start my first block 4 inches down, and then from there the block comes out to 15 foot. That gives me a little over an inch and a half underneath the concrete slab, so it'll still be hidden underneath. I think it was for every foot you go high, you have to bury 1.5 inches in the ground. So we're not going very tall with our wall. We're right at 20 inches. So I figured inch and a half should be suffice here, and over there we'll be at 4 inches. It's going to be really interesting to see this go together. Pretty unique system. You don't need to pour any concrete or anything. It all kind of goes together with just the blocks, and they stack on top of each other. There's these fiberglass pins that go in, and then the other block locks on top of it. I'm only going to go 2 blocks high and then a cap block, and that should bring us up somewhere around 20 inches or so. I got this all to grade, ready to go, so I'm going to go ahead and put some block in and see how it kind of works. So I'll get a couple blocks in here, get it leveled, and then work my way down this patio. I'm usually not a landscaping guy, but you know, obviously this stuff isn't really hard to do. You just got to be set up for it, and we luckily have a few of the tools to do it. So it's very DIY friendly, and obviously you get a really good workout, because I mean, each one of those blocks is 80 or 90 pounds. So you know, maybe I'll work off this pouch of mine. This took me about probably 3 hours to do, and I'm ready for the cap. So I'm going to go ahead and grab it, get the glue, and we'll go ahead and set it in place, and then this wall will be done besides the backfill part. Hayes, can you help me sweep off all these rocks, bud? You can do that while I'm gone? Deal.
Oh, that's gonna look really good. Then you backfill up to it.
Yeah.
You really should make your wife some garden beds. That's gonna look good.
I don't think that's right, so I think it's got to be cut in half.
Oh, the first one.
Right? Doesn't that look better?
Yeah.
Trying to get my layout done, trying to figure out the cap first time I've ever done it. Once I get that done, you go ahead and you glue this cap down and run a 1/4 inch bead, a couple of them down here, set it in place, and that way this cap can't come off. Other than that, it should be a done deal, and then from there, then we can figure out what we're going to do for backfilling.
So some of you had some questions about the possibility of the creek coming up and flooding, and I thought that was a really good question, so I wanted to address it. My sister-in-law, who owns this place, grew up on this creek, and so she's seen it for the last 40 years, and she felt really comfortable about excavating. And seriously, the water would have to come up to this level. We're talking like at least 8 feet up to really flood it out, and we've got, you know, full-grown trees all in this area. So it is possible, but it's highly unlikely, and we've never seen it in our time. So we dug it out, and fingers crossed nothing crazy happens.
Last night we finished this up, got the Keystone blocks put in, got the cap done, got it all glued down. From here the patio looks like it's getting to be a done product, so looking really good. Today we're going to work on getting these decks wrapped around here and the joists and the uprights. It's going to be a full day of work, so see how that goes.
We got the sauna tubes poured and the upright brackets in, and then we put landscaping fabric on to keep the weeds up, and then covered it in pea gravel. And then there's going to be a deck over top, so they won't have to ever get underneath there and mow or anything. So time for those uprights.
You can see I went ahead and marked the concrete, just kind of a rough idea. I know we're 8 foot from the wall. This line right here might change, but I'm shooting for 6 inches off of the Keystone wall, so that when we put this bracket in here, the actual upright will be a couple inches past over here, and then it'll be upright. So let's go ahead and plumb bob it and see what happens. Okay, so got those marks made. Just gonna go grab a concrete hammer drill, and we're gonna go ahead and drill that in. Okay, so now that we have our hole drilled in the concrete, gonna go ahead and our adjustable hanger. That way we can set it what we need. Now we've got our upright going up. Now it's time for start building some decks. Got our adjustable bracket in here. Obviously set in place. From over time we can adjust the deck up or down is the case, but we shouldn't have any problems there. These deck posts, they're actually 4 feet in the ground, and the reason that they're 4 foot in the ground is so that in the winter time the actual when the ground freezes, it doesn't grab the post and lift the post out of the ground. This being in the ground 4 feet, it's below the frost line, and then also we put a big bell housing down there of concrete so it actually can't come up. So we're below the frost line, and that'll help mitigate from the ground trying to grab these and jack them out of the ground. So now that we got all these poured, all these set, the uprights, we're going to go ahead and start setting the timbers in here, and it's going to look like a deck here really shortly. I'm in standby mode. Now that our beam's in here, we're ready for joist that's going to go right on top of here, and bam, be framed and ready for decking here next couple of days.
Never go anywhere without your feeding station. Anywhere. So a really good week this week at Grizzly Gables. Micah and Malachi helped us out and took on framing up the decks, and they did a really good job. We got all of the decks framed up, and they look amazing. And I just wish we had time to put the decking on this week, but we'll save that for next week.
No, everything's coming together. Dirt work, we're out of the ground. Now there's going to be some huge progress. It'll actually look like there's a lot of work done in a short amount of time. So this week is 4th of July week. Is there a bug?
Oh, Alaskan cockroach.
You know what you do with these guys?
Oh.
Yeah. These are
Eat
really
'em.
good protein.
So we want to wish everyone a happy 4th of July this week, and we're going to take a little family time. We're going to go down to the cabin with our kids and just a little bit of downtime and enjoy the summer. So we're going to take next Monday off, and we shall see you in 2 Mondays. Thank you so much for watching.
See ya.
Bye-bye.